This is Larry Williams, and I want to welcome you to my Picture Perfect seminar. This is the pinnacle of my setup trading methodology, a methodology I've been working with now for a little bit over 40 years. It's been that long, working with the commitment of trader data, with markets, with fundamental data, with technical tools. And what you're going to see is a very, very simple approach, at least initially, to the marketplace to find picture-perfect trades. The first picture-perfect trade I released to the public was in 2004, January, in the cattle market. We're going to look at that trade in just a moment. But what I want you to keep in mind here is we're looking for a very basic pattern, real simple stuff. Then later on, I'm going to add some complexities to that. And also, to show you how effective this is, I'm going to give you some actual examples of markets that we called in advance as picture-perfect setup trades. And so you'll see how effective this can be. And then we'll get into the workings of how we do find these trades and how we confirm them with not only the Commitment of Trader report on the commercials, but also the important impact of using the large traders as well. So let's get to it. Let me show you the first picture-perfect trade, cattle, January 2004. Okay, here it is. This is going to be really easy for you to pick up on. This is cattle. The red line is a Commitment of Trader index, and I'm using here a half-year look-back set at 0.50 in Genesis. So remember, we're not going to use a 3-year window. We're going to look at a much shorter-term view of the commercials. In fact, as we get into the course, you're going to find out something just amazing. This view differs depending on who's trading a market. We'll get to that a little bit later on. But right now, we're looking at cattle. And notice what had happened. Cattle had one big down week in January of 2004. And at that same time, commercials were heavy buyers. So here it is. You might want to even write this down. If a market is in a significant uptrend and the commercials become buyers, that's it. That's a picture-perfect trade. Here's another example. The market was in a large uptrend. The commercials became buyers. Bit of a rally. Look what happened over here. Large uptrend in the marketplace. Commercials are buyers in this zone, and we get an immediate rally of about $7,000. If you have quick eyes, you'll also see that we had the same thing over here. Commercials are heavy buyers at this point, and the market's in an uptrend, higher in September than it was earlier in the year, higher than a year ago. Market's in an uptrend, and commercials become buyers. It's just about that simple. We still need entries and a few other things we can add to it, but that's the basic picture-perfect pattern. Now, there's a lot more to learn than that, but I want you to keep this pattern in mind because we've seen in the past the commercials can be wrong or premature. Where they're not wrong nearly as often and where they're very seldom premature is when they are buying in an uptrend or selling in a downtrend. Now let's take a look at a couple more examples. You can probably recognize a picture-perfect buy signal in the gold market now in March of 2006. Notice we're at very high levels in the price of gold, and at the same time commercials had been heavy buyers. So buying in an uptrend, especially in a very high price level in the market, is extremely bullish, and gold took off with one of the largest rallies in many years, gain of almost $20,000 in that up move. Now again, the commercials were buyers at these points as well. The market continues to be in an uptrend, and that's continued to make explosive moves in the marketplace for us. Had a nice explosive move here. You can get a sense of what happens when the commercials become buyers in a marketplace. That is in an uptrend. That's what's bullish in the marketplace. So that's the most important lesson I want you to keep in mind. We're only going to take commercial buy signals or setups that are in phase with the trend of the market. If the trend is up and the commercials are selling, we don't care. The market may top, it may not top, we don't know, but it's not a sure thing. It's not a picture-perfect trade. Now I'm going to show you some trades that we called for people who purchase our annual forecast, and you'll be able to see some examples of trades we actually did real time.